guys, Melissa here with TCT Crafts. This week we are going to make a Mardi Gras centerpiece. So we're not going to be making a wreath today. We're going to actually make a centerpiece. And I'm going to just take this piece of wood that I have. It has two little slits cut out of it. My husband did this for me a couple of years ago. And I've just had it. So I'm going to use this as kind of my base for my centerpiece. You don't have to do this. You could just use the pine. But I'm just going to use it and give it a little bit more stability. So this is what I'm going to use in my base. I'm going to take a scrap piece of artificial pine. This came off a swag that we cut down. So if you've ever seen where I've had a really large swag and I only want a certain section of it, I'll cut it. This is one of the leftover pieces. So we're going to utilize this leftover piece today. So we're going to use that. But before we put this down on our board, we are going to start with these Mardi Gras picks. So we just got these in the shop. So I'm going to lay these down first. We're going to be using some zip ties. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this down. I know I don't need it this long. And we know we're going to want it to sit about in the center. Because we're going to have two of these, one on either side. So I'm just going to fan these out. Sort of get my placement. Okay, let's do the other one. Get this out of the way. Okay, so this is what I'm going to have down here on the bottom. Now, I'm not going to zip tie it yet because we're going to zip tie this right on top of it. So, let's get a zip tie. And I'm just going to go in between those two slats that I have and zip tie this in. Actually, before I do that, let me just add a touch of glue. Just as a little bit of extra. And now I'm just going to zip tie this in. Nice and tight. And I'm going to go ahead and do it another time on this side. Okay, so now we have our base of our centerpiece. And just fluff up some of these little pine ties. And I know this looks crazy right now because these are sticking way out here, but we're going to be adding some other greenery and picks and sprays, and it'll help fill that in. So I'm going to go in with this Maidenhair Fern. This is a new one we just got in the shop. So we're just going to layer it in here. Kind of move the pines around, and you can see that's going to help give this some length. Okay, I don't need the stem that long. So we're going to use two of these. Just getting my placement before I cut my stem. Okay. I'm going to take 2 of these zip tie or pine ties and just twist around that. Add some glue. We'll add a zip tie here in a minute, but we're going to add another greenery. So I want to get that added before we do another zip tie. Okay, and the last greenery we're going to use is this flocked greenery. It's the Snow Angel Pine Spray. And this is going to come in just a little bit more. So now we've kind of got this layered effect. So we're going to cut this down. I'm going to cut it a little bit longer so we can zip tie. Woo, that went flying. Good thing you guys weren't on the other side of that camera. Okay, let's do another one. And this one I'm going to have more like almost touching, because we're going to have some stuff sitting right here in the middle, and I want some coverage in this middle section as well. Okay, so let me cut this down. I'm just taking those pine ties and twisting it, and then we're going to zip tie. And then we'll kind of fluff it. We'll fluff it in there. Or, not fluff it. Kind of intertwine to make it look like it's all growing together. So I'm just going to take another zip tie and tie that in there. Okay, so now I'm just going to kind of take and intertwine some of this greenery with these pine branches so that it doesn't look like it's just sitting right on top. Like, we want to look like it's all growing together and not like we just layered it, right? So I'm going to put some of these green ones up here. Create some movement. Okay, so this is what we have so far. We have the base of our centerpiece. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to think if I want to add this now. I think so. So that way we can kind of fill in the center, because we don't want to leave the center bare. So we have this. This is going to be kind of our focal point here in the center. And I want to make sure I'm in the center, which I was not. So I'm just kind of looking on the wood piece that I have there, making sure I'm in the center. So let me cut this tag off. Now this crown I got at, I believe it was Arcadia Floral down in Houston. But if you don't have a crown, you could use a top hat. You could use a large ornament ball. So it doesn't have to just necessarily be this crown. It can be anything that's a little large and would work as a good focal point. So now I'm going to take, let's see if I can find another pine tie to tie this in. And then we're going to add some glue. Actually, let me add some glue around the base and then we'll work on tying it in. So I'm just going to add some glue all the way around the base of this. sure I'm centered again, which I am. Okay. All right, now I'm going to look for some pine ties that I can just kind of twist and tie this in here. I got one right there. Let's get one on this side. Just get my little fingers in there, twisting these around. Then we'll add some more glue. Okay. We can also take a zip tie or a pipe cleaner. Let's go with a zip tie. Just gonna zip tie this in there. By the time we add all of our other picks and sprays and things, you won't see that zip tie. We will hide it. Okay, let's do one on this side. I'm gonna take this pine tie here and just twist it. We probably don't even need this other zip tie, but let's just go ahead and do it. I don't think it's going anywhere. I'm going to put this closer, the zip tie closer. So let's go this way. Okay. So we have that zip tied, it's tied in. It's not going to go anywhere. All right. Get a drink. Now I think I want to go ahead and add our let's add these first. So I have these really pretty purple velvet leaf sprays. I think these also came from Arcadia. It's either Arcadia or Craft Tex. I think it was Arcadia though. I'm going to trim this down. Before I glue, I just want to kind of get my placement. These sprays are really pretty, but they were not cheap. They were about $10 a spray. But they're going to add a nice little pop in here. So I'm just kind of getting my placement, making sure this is where I like it, and then we'll glue it in. I'm twisting some of these pine ties around the stem. And again, I'm just kind of intertwining it with some of my greenery. It's dancing, it's not laying flat. I like it. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add some glue where I tied those in. And then I'm going to add some glue down at the bottom where we added those stems. Turn it around. And I may have to get in there with, I'm going to use one of these little pieces that we cut off, and I'm going to dip it in my glue pot so that I can get right in the center and add some glue. And we're going to cover all this, all the mechanics up on the inside here in a minute. Okay. That's what we have so far. Now we need to start filling in, let's start filling in some of the sides, around in the sides to cover up this wood. So I'm going to use these Mardi Gras picks that we have in the shop. Cut the stems down. Just going to fluff them up. And I'm going to start going in towards the bottom. I'm going to dip it in my glue pot. And I'm going to go in towards the bottom and touch that pine. We're going to go all the way around. This is going to help cover up that wood base that we used, as well as the green pine that's showing. So we're just going to go all the way around. These are fun. These are probably my favorite little, because they're great filler. I've used these the past 2 years for Mardi Gras season because they are just really good filler sprays. Keep going around. And after we go around, we're actually going to put some down in here to kind of help hide some of that. But let's finish going all the way around first. I glued that to my table. Okay, I keep going. I didn't count those, but we're probably going to end up using about a dozen of these, maybe more. Okay, we're going around the other side now. I'm still going in up towards the bottom. We'll add some in different places once we get around. We also have another spray we can add. coming along. Just making sure that that glue touches those pine ties. I haven't decided if I want to add ribbon to this. I may just leave it without ribbon. It's really pretty, these purple velvet leaves, but we'll see. Oh, we're probably going to need 2 more. Yeah, we need 1 right down here on the end. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Now we've covered up all the way around. We can't see that piece of wood that we used as our base. So now I know we want to add, we want to try to cover up some of the center on the inside. So I'm going to attempt to see if I can. I might have probably should have put one of these in first and then used our crown and set it on top. But let's see. Hindsight, right? So let's see if we can try to make it work. So I'm just kind of spreading the tinsel around in there, and it's covering up some of that mechanics. Okay, so I got that one in. Do 1 more and then we'll glue it. I'm just kind of pulling them out like it's just kind of growing out of that crown there. And that's covering up that center. Let me see if I want to add. I may leave the stem on this one a little longer. Let's see. Yeah, I like that kind of coming to the side, and then we'll do one on this side too, just to kind of mirror it. So I'm gonna take this out. I left this stem longer so that it would reach down in there. I'm gonna add some glue. I'm gonna go right into those pine ties. We're just gonna fan this out. Now I'm gonna do run right across on that side. And then I'll add some glue in the center where I put those other ones in there so they don't come out. Okay, so I'm just going to go right in there like that. Let me add some glue. perfect. Okay. Now I am going to try to shoot this glue down in there. That's what's fun about Mardi Gras is Mardi Gras is so whimsical and fun, and so you can have things just kind of wild and crazy and so cute. So this is what we have so far. It's turning out gorgeous. Now we have these balls that I wanted to add. So these ornament balls, we do have some of them in the shop. I just want to get my placement on where I want to put them. Thinking maybe one right there. And then one diagonal on this side over here. Yes, I like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add a bunch of glue. If you wanted to take and tie these in, you could as well. You can use the little ornament hook part and tie it in. I'm just going to glue it. Okay, let's do this side. Add some glue around these tinsels and pine tie, and that ball is not going to go anywhere. Okay, so what do you guys think? This is what we have so far. Super pretty, great for a table. Okay, so I have one more spray. I want to see if I want to use it. This one I'll probably cut up into some pieces. So we can get 3 pieces out of this one spray. This spray I also believe I got from Arcadia. So let me fan some of these out. And I think we're going to just kind of place it in there like that. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. Okay, let's do that. So I'm just going to go into those pine ties. I'm going to have it come out like that. We're going to do another one on this end. So this one's kind of fanned more towards this side, and this is more diagonal towards this side. Now let's do one. Let me cut this down. I'm going to have one come towards the more of the middle, and then we'll do one on that side as well. I'm just trying to see. exactly where I want it. Okay. Now, these ones over here on the, towards this way, I'm going to trim just a hair. It's going to get a little bit of a haircut. Okay. And now let's do one on that side, and then I think we're going to be about done. It's turning out so pretty. Okay, so let's add one more piece. And we're going to go underneath again. Touching those pine ties in there. Okay, we've got 2 more pieces, so let me just see if I want to add these or not. I almost think I want to add them, just because why not? It's Mardi Gras, right? Let's do it, but I'm going to put the gold one over here because we have gold right there. So I always try to pay attention to colors so that I don't put the same colors right next to each other. Sometimes I forget, but I try to. So we're just going to kind of push that one down in there like that. And we'll take we'll take this little pine tinsel and just kind of twist it around there just to kind of help hold it in. Okay. Then let's do this one over here. I'm just going to push it down in there and then take some of this pine tinsel and tie around one of those stems. And that'll help hold that in there. I'm going to give this one a little haircut. Oh my gosh, you guys, so fun. So here is our beautiful Mardi Gras centerpiece that we made. We did it in about 33 minutes, so not too bad. Hope you guys enjoy. Till next time, bye guys.